What's up, everybody? It's Jake One, and this is the making of Drake's song that I produced called "The Furthest Thing." So basically, when I made this beat, I started off with the sample, like always, and it was cool because I found a couple pieces in the record, so I could have an intro and the main piece. So yeah, I started this beat on the boss of my operation, the ASR-10. I did something different this time because I used Pro Tools to do the drums. It's something I've kind of been experimenting with because the ASR, though I love what it sounds like, sometimes the sequencer has its limitations. I can't really do things that make it sound like 2013 on there sometimes. It's like, I don't want to just always sound like 1990 whatever. That's why I'm kind of doing the drums on Pro Tools sometimes, because you can put the little Lex Luger stutters and some of these things. It's really simple to just put it in there. The whole Drake situation came about. It's kind of funny because he followed me on Twitter one day and I didn't even realize, because I'm not necessarily checking who's following me every day and keeping updated, but basically I was wondering, like, why are people asking me crazy stuff about Drake on Twitter all the time? Like, it was strange. Some dude wanted me to, it's like, can you please retweet my painting of Drake? So, he'll see it. And I was like, why would I do that? I don't even know Drake. So, he was like, he follows you. I was like, oh shit, that's tight, So anyways, I didn't necessarily just bombard him with beats or nothing immediately, because I don't think he was working on his album or whatever. And I was in Hawaii with my family, and Drake was just playing on the radio nonstop. Like, just literally every song was Drake. So we were staying in like the Mickey Mouse Resort, and I remember going up to the room and I was like, man, I'm gonna send him some beats. Like, what am I doing? I'm fucking up. So I hit him on Twitter, told him I wanted to send him beats, and he was like, please do. I sent him, and I swear, like, maybe in 20 minutes, he was like, I want this one and this one, and that's kind of where it started. And over a course of like a year, he picked a bunch of beats, and that was the one that ended up making it. So. The replay, unfortunately with samples, there is a risk sometimes that the people that own the sample can be difficult, and they either want too much money for you to clear the sample, or they just don't want you to use the period. And this is more of a case, I think, of financially, they wanted ridiculous terms, to use the master. So when I get in that situation, I call G Coop. He's one of the best in the world at reinterpreting the sound and getting whatever it is that they did on that record, the certain mics and
so do you have
drums.
Fire in there and all that?
So yeah, G Coop initially did all the music part and sent that to me. So then I chopped that up, put it in the ASR, recorded it back into Pro Tools, and then he also got a little choir together to do the voice part, which was the trickiest part. They ended up supplementing that. 40 ended up putting a bigger choir on it because he wanted it to sound more like the record. Because the record might have had 100 people singing. We don't know. We weren't there. It's tricky trying to reconstruct these things and build them from the ground up. But it's dope too. It's like a different kind of challenge. It's kind of weird. It was different for me because I started on the ASR-10. I did the sample and the bass line on there, and I did the drums on Pro Tools. It's a little different for me. So basically what I started was the intro. So that's just a little intro, just kind of set the mood, and then the rest of the beat is off this choir sample. So that's the main loop. Then I played a bass line. That's it. So basically there, I got the sample and the bass line. I recorded the main loop, well, the loops, the music, and the bass line in Pro Tools, and then I kind of just started stacking, my drum sounds. I put a little cymbal thing in there, real simple, just kind of to give it that texture. I like how it had the live band in the sample. You can tell it's recorded real far away, so I tried to get that same effect, but just with it. So from there, I think I added toms next. The toms. So here's the. So from there, kind of had to go for the kick and snare. These will be available on my drum kit, Snare Jordan 2. And that might be something you might want to buy if you want to make some shit like this. I'm listening to all the young shit that's going on. I'm like, I need some of those machine gun snares and shit in my beat. So, the Lex Luger is he's the one that kind of made it famous. Kind of started doing that with my sounds. So there's a lot of that in this beat. So that's kind of like the drum track in general. And this is, this version is actually way different than the one on the album because they sped it up a bit. And, we also had to get the sample replayed, so there was a whole lot of other shit that happened from this point to the record.